When we first opened, we set out to create a school like no other. We felt very strongly that students everywhere, children everywhere, no matter their background, should have access to a world-class education.
I was interested in it. My mom was like, well, I'm gonna sign you up whether you want me to or not. And then you can make the choice if you get in.
I wanted to come to the school ever since I heard about it.
My parents forced me to come here. Yeah.
It was my mom that kind of pointed me in the right direction. She told me about the school. I really wanted to go because, like, I kind of want to be in a new environment and meet new people. I didn't want to go to like a traditional high school.
And from the parent perspective, I must admit that in the beginning, I was on the fence. I was like, oh my gosh, this option, regular school, you know. My husband, on the other hand, was, was like, let's go for it. And I'm so glad we went for it. That's what I can say to you. I'm really glad we went for it.
We argued every morning. She cried. She did not want to go to school. I cried having to take her to school. It was a battle.
My son is very, very smart, but we had several challenges with him having autism and ADHD.
I mean, that's why we're in business. And yeah, we do have some kids that are difficult to educate, but that's the challenge.
We are innovative. We care about your children. We want them to do well. We want them to succeed in life. We feel that students in this area, northeastern North Carolina, deserve an education. They deserve to be able to compete with any other student in any other area of the country.
I mean, it's not a traditional classroom, and you walk in and you wonder, does anybody know what's going on in here? Because everybody's in groups and they're talking, and then you say, well, gee, how in the world are we going to pass those end of grade tests? Are we teaching, what everybody else is teaching? But, the proof is in the pudding. And certainly, we have shown that our children are being educated and educated well.
One of the key components is actually giving students things that they can relate to.
Our students, they want to learn. They see the purpose in their learning. Every day in my class, I have what's called essential questions, which is our driving question for the day, so that they know why we are learning this academia for the day, how it relates to them personally, and how it prepares them for the real world. So they see the connection between the academics and how it relates to them outside of school.
Our students, when they first came to us, that was the hardest thing for them to deal with, working in groups with students that they didn't know.
You have to work with people, maybe even though you may not know them, you have to work with them to get the job done.
It was scary at first because you're not used to this type of environment, you're not used to this form of learning. I remember the very first time we had to make a project out of trash. It was super cool to do though.
It was definitely unlike any school environment that I've ever been in.
We are trying to inspire kids to think creatively.
I want them to learn how to learn. I want them to learn to problem solve and to figure these problems out on their own without needing me to hold their hand through it.
Project-based learning allows the students to be creative and think outside the box.
Everything just felt more fun most of the time. It didn't really feel like school. It felt like, learning in a different world, kind of.
Like NEAAAT taught me how to build a lot of different robots.
They teach in a different way. They teach in a way that he understands, more of a hands-on.
NEAAAT is a school that's going to challenge you. So don't expect to come to NEAAAT and to sit back and breeze through everything. You're actually going to have to put in some effort. I found that out like the first day that I was there.
She loves it. She does not want to miss. She wants to come to school. It's made life 10 times easier.
We truly are a family at NEAAAT, and I think that's where that coaching aspect really comes in, because the relationships are stronger. The students feel so much more involved and invested and important because they know that when you walk into the classroom as the coach, that they also have something to bring to the table.
They work with you one-on-one. They try to see what you want to achieve in life and help you work towards that goal, not just temporary educational goals, but long-term goals as well.
A lot of the times we would incorporate the lesson into something hands-on.
And so what you see when you use problem-based learning is that you actually get students who understand how to translate the theoretical knowledge that they learn in the books into real problem-based learning. And you only do that by actually doing it.
Well, we try not to be so, a good word to describe it would be Vulcan, like no emotion. We try to keep it, you know, happy here.
It's fun. I think it makes school fun. Engaging students, they're learning, but they're doing it in a way that it makes sense. They know why they're learning it and how it can actually fit into real life.
And it's like, all of a sudden, something has just, you know, unleashed their minds. It's like they can come up with ideas and projects that it's like, really?
Last semester, we had an aviation class. We made rockets and we launched them.
You design a robot, program a robot to do a mission to Mars challenge. And then we simulate that challenge right here. In fact, the competition took place right in this building.
The children, they have an opportunity to just find out who they are. And in a traditional school, they wouldn't get that.
I got into the internship class here, and that's how I found prosthetics and orthotics. And ever since I started doing it, I love working with my hands. I like to make things, and the entirety of my job is making things.
So I got a chance to publish my first article like ever for the Daily Advance.
So I've seen them grow and I've seen them develop, and it's so exciting. So exciting.
This June will be our first graduating class, so it's an exciting time.
No, it's been an incredible experience to be able to create the type of school where all students feel included, staff feel like they're real contributors to what we're doing, and we all feel like we're driven by a common vision and a common mission.
And all of a sudden, you see students who are excited. Their parents report and they report that they're happy to get up in the morning to come to school.
It's just amazing to me. I don't remember being that excited about school when I was their age.
I'm interested in archaeology, so I kind of view those internships there as like a stepping stone.
For me, I plan on attending Appalachian State in the fall, and I'm going to only have to go for 2 years to complete my bachelor's because I'll already have my 2 years of my gen ed classes completed.
My first idea was to become a vet because I love animals.
After high school, I intend to go to either the University of Pittsburgh or the University of St. Augustine.
Then I lean a little bit more towards mechanical engineering.
I'm actually going to stay here at Elizabeth State University because of the fact that I'm studying aviation science, and here they have the program that I need.
And now I'm still a little uncertain. I might be an engineer. I also like the idea of being a lawyer.
I will be attending University of Wilmington by spring 2020.
I want to become an architect.
I want to be a robotics engineer and go and work for NASA.
Absolutely. I'm going to college.
This school isn't just about learning something that's only going to stick with you for a few years. It's about something like, I'll remember this 20 years from now.
To me, it's just a beacon for this area. It really is.
That's neat. We're just unique all the way around. That's the level of creativity of those who lead the school.
You don't have to do a lot of homework for one, and two, get ready for free pizza every day.